Hey everybody, I hope that you are having a great night. I was able to come to you a little bit earlier, so you can catch this video in time for tomorrow's miracle morning routine. And I really hope that you're seeing the value of practicing these things in the morning as a way to improve your day, short term and long term. Long term for it to improve all areas of your life and live that level 10 success in all areas. So just a little short review of why the Miracle Morning. One, it is guaranteed to transform your life, and it's actually guaranteed to transform your life before 8 a.m. So it is important that you're doing these things first thing in the morning. I used to spread them out throughout the day, but it's important that you do them right away in the morning because it is your one only way to assure they get in, and two, it's your way to ensure that you are taking time for yourself and your goals and creating your purpose first before you do anything else. So if you haven't caught any of the other live videos on the replay or live, what it is just taking either 6 to 60 minutes to do each one of the lifesavers: silence, affirmations, visualization, exercise, reading, and scribing or journaling. So why I say 6 to 60 minutes is if you are in a rush. If you, for example, wake up late, that is when you could practice 1 minute of each of them. But the ideal situation is to work up to 10 minutes each. For this group, I even recommended 5 minutes each, which would just mean waking up that extra 30 minutes. I have been talking to lots of people outside of the group via some private messages, and also reading the posts in the group, and I know a lot of people are not getting the best night's sleep, and that is really where the Miracle Morning is actually going to start. So just reviewing those few steps, it's important that you're doing a brain dump right before bed, and so all that is just taking pen to paper and writing down everything that is in your head, and you're putting it on paper and therefore giving it up so that you don't have to think about it throughout the night. And I even recommend keeping that with you at your bedside, and so that if you can't fall asleep or you wake up thinking of something, you can write it down. The next thing is practicing those bedtime affirmations before bed, and if you're new to them, there are some in the files of the group, but basically it is just saying that you're getting adequate energy to have, or getting adequate sleep to have the right amount of energy you need for the day ahead. And so you're just telling yourself that you're going to have a restful night's sleep. And then when you wake up in the morning, you're not going to be like, oh gosh, I'm so tired. I didn't get enough sleep. I tossed and turned. I was up all night with baby. I was up. Tyler and I were both up all night with Holden last night. He's sleeping like a newborn. It's ridiculous. But instead, I wake up just saying, I have enough energy for today, and your body is going to believe what your mind is telling it. Setting that alarm clock far away from you, not just right next to your bed, is really important. And actually, it's one of the only things that helped me break the snooze habit. And then in order not to hit snooze, you are going to practice what's called the 5-second rule to launch yourself out of bed. So you're already out of bed because you had to get up to turn your alarm clock off because it's not right next to you, or your phone, probably the case. So when you hear it, instead of drifting back to sleep or hitting snooze, you're just going to say 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and go. And you launch yourself out of bed. You're going to brush your teeth because it's mindless. It doesn't take a lot of energy. You're going to drink that water because your body was in a dehydrated state, and then get dressed in your workout clothes. And so that is how you set your intentions for a restful night in your first steps in the Miracle Morning before you start practicing the lifesavers. This is not a time for multitasking. I know it might be tempting to maybe do these while you're doing something else, like maybe while you're loading the dishwasher, or unloading the dishwasher, or driving. Or like, oh, I'm going to be silent while I'm working out. or of course I'm silent when I'm reading or journaling. Each of these activities is set, although they might seem silly, they are set for a reason because they work. And if you're uncomfortable spending that much time, just try a minute of each activity. Okay, so on Monday you practice silence, and silence is just that. It's not a time for anything else. You're not multitasking. You are just letting your brain go on a vacation, whether you want to pray or meditate or deep breathe or practice gratitude. But that's all it is. It's just a way to take a mental break. Affirmations was our practice for today. And so you're going to create those affirmations about what you want your level 10 life to look like. And you're going to read them aloud in the form of like I am statements probably about what you hope to achieve. And affirmations probably aren't going to take the full 10 minutes. All right, already there, you're shaving off some time. But you can use them at other points throughout the day as well. But it's important that you start your morning with them. So now tomorrow, Wednesday, you are going on to visualization. And I do have a quote I want to share with you about visualization before I give you some steps, 3 steps, in order to practice the skill of visualization, because it's not something that you've maybe used before. So this comes from the Miracle Morning book, and it says, ordinary people believe only in the possible. Extraordinary people visualize not what is possible or probable, but rather what is impossible. And by visualizing the impossible, they begin to see it as possible. And that is from Sherry Carter Scott. Why visualization? Because it might be new to you, it might seem funny, but many successful people, many celebrities have practiced visualization to help them become successful. Tony Robbins, Tiger Woods, Will Smith, Jim Carrey, Arnold Schwarzenegger, Bill Gates, all are people who visualize. Tiger Woods actually visualizes the golf ball going in the hole. You may have heard the story about Jim Carrey, who wrote himself a check for $10 million before his acting career even took off, because that's what he had visualized himself getting paid for an acting gig. And then that's exactly what he was paid years later for his role in Dumb and Dumber. So that is why we should visualize. But what is it? It's just designing the future in our mind. And you want to design it in your mind because you want that to take up the most space. So you're going to follow 3 easy steps. And the first one is, again, just to get out of bed. Do it somewhere you're comfortable, whether that's the couch, maybe sitting on the floor, or a chair. You can play low music, probably like classical. Bach was recommended often in the book. I have not done it to music yet. But I think it would be interesting. So you're in somewhere comfortable that's not your bed. You're not doing anything else. You're just visualizing. You can play low music if it helps you, and you just close your eyes and take a few deep breaths and visualize your ideal day. Visualize you performing the tasks that you would be doing your ideal day. Visualize going through the day with ease and confidence and living life to your full potential. You're going to want to visualize things like your goals, your deepest desires, your dreams. You can do your visualization like visualizing just the day, like getting to end's day, what that would look like, or the end of the week, or even further into the future, years ahead. However you choose to do it, it's just something in the future. Tyler, can you grab my dream board in my office? Okay, so that's step 1 is your comfortable place. You're with your environment, taking deep breaths and closing your eyes. 2 is thinking about those things that you actually want to create. And step 3 is visualizing who you need to be and what you need to do. So it's living in alignment with your I am statements. It's living in alignment with your goals and dreams. So all of this isn't going to just happen magically. You have to do some hard work and put some effort into it. For example, if one of your things that you're visualizing is that you're in the best shape of your life and you're healthy, you would need to visualize yourself doing something about that. So you might see yourself running effortlessly, lifting heavy weights, being really flexible in a yoga pose, or whatever that would mean to you. So you're going to visualize yourself doing these positive actions that would get you to these things needed to meet the goal. And what this all really is, if you've read any of John Maxwell's books, but it's the law of attraction. And whether you believe in it or not, it is like a perfect circle. You're going to visualize what you want, and that visualization is going to make you feel a certain way. It's going to evoke some positive emotions in yourself. And those emotions that are stirred up are going to pull you towards your vision. And when you allow yourself to experience the emotion and how reaching these goals and things on your vision board would make you feel, that's when your vision becomes a reality. So you might just want to start with 5 minutes. Remember that nothing changes if you don't change, if you don't do the positive actions needed to carry out the items on the vision board. It's not magic. You have to do the hard work. And so I've posted in the comments about this, and I'm going to drop a couple pictures of some vision boards I have done. I do one every January. And I also did one last year, like mid-year, and I've done them like on a poster board style, if having an actual board to look at would help you. And I've also done them digitally, so that is actually the background on the desktop of my computer. I've also written out Champagne Life, just my best effervescent life, and during my visualization time, I'm reading that as well. So I will put pictures of those in the comments, but I'll just show you the poster board one I made once upon a time. But it just had different things about my finances, health and fitness, my goals, some positive quotes. Thanks, Tegan. Some of my goals as a coach, goals for our family. So this was my 2016 vision board. And then I have done, like I said, them digitally, and I will put those in the comments for you as well. So tomorrow, whether you spend that visualization time actually visualizing your future or creating your own vision board, if that you think that would help you, we would love to see them. I hope everyone is enjoying Crushing the Rush, and you have a great night. Be sure you ask if you have any questions.
Go Vikings!